public comment cannot be received on that case as it is still active and pending and no final decision has been made. So we're not presenting that to you today. We will not be discussing it today beyond the fact of mentioning it that you may see it in the media. But as it stands right now, that is not a concluded matter.
Questions of the board, or is this just a statement period?
No, this is just a statement period.
Sounds good.
And so you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. I'm here to address some concerns that I have just as a resident of Texas and Austin about how this board operates. My concerns have been addressed in an expose in the September issue of Austin Fit magazine. They mainly focused around the way that money is spent. As I was standing in the hallway coming in here, I heard some medical board employees complaining about the high cost of living and working on weekends, and some of them even joked about living in tiny houses. I sat there and thought, if only they knew, if only they knew the information that I had, that $177,000 was recently spent on one SOA hearing. That's nearly $250,000 on one SOA hearing for one doctor. And again, this is published in Austin Fit magazine, and I have the emails from Texas Medical Board's open records to show that. My concern with that number is the large amount of money given to expert witnesses. Over $20,000 to certain expert witnesses are paid. And if I was allowed to ask questions today, I would ask, is there a cap? I'm curious. And my follow-up question would be, would the medical board be open to having a restriction, such as not spending more than $10,000 on expert witnesses? Because what struck me when I went to a particular SOA hearing is that all of the expert witnesses or the witnesses from the doctor who was being represented said, I wasn't paid any money to be here. I'm here on my own dime. And then it seems like the medical board has an endless supply of money to spend on these expert witnesses. Now, I know you don't have the word fairness in your mission statement, but I believe that everybody in this room probably thinks that fairness is a big part of what the medical board should represent. And I think there's a huge discrepancy in fairness when you have medical doctors who are not having the resources of taxpayer dollars backing up their funding to pay $20,000 a piece for expert witnesses. So I'm here out of concern with the way that my money is being spent, particularly when I tried to call to raise these concerns to the medical board over the summer and was greeted with answering machine requests. So it's clear to me that y'all are maybe struggling with resources. It's concerning to me, though, because I worry that you may think that you have a resource problem of not enough funding coming in, but the real problem is the way that the money is being spent. And when I see $20,000 being spent per expert witnesses on a case which, and I can't go into specifics of the cases, but on a case which seems to be a failure, nearly $250,000 on one SOA hearing, and my understanding is there's several hundred SOA hearings a year. So the money's not adding up. Either an egregious amount of money for some reason was spent on that one case, and I'd like to know the reason why. Or there's fuzzy math going on, I'm not sure which, but I just wanted to raise those concerns because I'm worried about where my taxpayer dollars are going.
In about 42 seconds.
Gotcha. Well, I'm here today to propose an item for the agenda of the next board meeting. I would like the board to consider amending the board's policy regarding disciplinary actions for doctors whose medical practices had not adhered to the standard of care at the time that they were provided, yet which had become the standard of care at the time of board investigation or review. The purpose of the standard of care, as I understand it, is to provide patients a safeguard against medical malpractices and create consensus in the medical community and so on. But it's my opinion that these specific disciplinary policies promote too strongly the status quo and are discouraging medical advancement among professionals by punishing innovation. I propose amending the board's disciplinary policies to exclude disciplinary actions in these cases. If the policy remains in its present form, it will eventually undermine the purpose of the standard of care. The change I'm proposing allows the standard of care to retain its integrity without hindering medical advancement, and will encourage professionals to hone in on medical solutions, not just color within the lines.
That request,
Thank you very much.
Consider it and
I really hope you'll consider that.
Thank you, sir. The next person I have on the list is Joy Rock.